Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Central Michigan Stacker. As you can plainly see, because of my 1984 Detroit Tigers World Series pin, this is the Central Michigan Stacker channel. I've got a few things I'd like to show you today, a couple of different coins that have started new tubes for me that I've picked up within the last couple weeks, and I have reached a milestone in my stacking. I've finally acquired a coin that I've been after for a couple of years now. I've seen them here, I've seen them there. I haven't been able to afford them, but finally, and I'm not sure if you've picked up on which one it is yet, but I'm talking about this one right here. The dun 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 50 peso gold Mexican coin. Look at that beauty there, folks. There's a few of them out there, you know what I mean? It's not like it's a super rare coin. However, in my stack, it's been rare up until this past week. I found one at the Gold Brokers in Waterford, Michigan. He actually had two of them in there, and I was able to procure one for my stack. He gave me a good deal. Gold had come down about 150 bucks. It took a drop, and I went in there and I dropped some of my fiat and picked up this beauty right here. I mean, for those of you that know, then you know. Having one of these beauties in your stack is quite an achievement. They're not a cheap coin by any means. I mean, if you're into pre-33 gold, then you know what expensive gold is all about. However, as far as foreign gold goes, this is, in my book, this is pretty much top of the line right here. The 50 peso, and I finally have one in my stack, and I am super excited about it, if you couldn't tell. Permastack is where this one's headed, and it will not be coming out. A lot of the gold that I had bought years prior, primarily every piece of gold other than two pieces, I had sold when the price was high. And I've gone over it in other videos. I made profit on every single one of them. So I'm happy about that. And if you're in this game to make money, and not just to stack for the future, or, you know, a lot of other channels say, you know, they use gold and silver as a hedge against inflation. I'm calling bullshit on that, because let me tell you what, we haven't had as bad of inflation that we have right now in 50 some years. And I really don't understand where this hedge against inflation is coming from when, you know, like I said, we've got the worst inflation that we've had in over 50 years, and gold and silver remains primarily stagnant. Gold went up 150, 200 bucks. I mean, it actually went up a little bit more than that if you consider its low point within the past year, which was about, I don't know, what was it, 1,680, 1,700 bucks, something like that. And then it springs up to $2,090, almost $2,100. And now we're back down to, you know, 1980 type money again. It takes a $100 drop. The Fed has a lot to do with that, with its, you know, tightening and the basis points and whatnot, and just trying to work this inflation out. But I just don't know. I mean, I'm worried about the future of our money. You know, as far as the fiat goes, I'm worried about the future of us having the reserve currency of the world. I mean, when you've got these BRICS nations, and if you don't know what that is, the BRICS nations are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and Saudi Arabia. They're getting together and they're trying to come up with a different type of money, you know, to be able to be used in purchasing oil. Now, the U.S. has had the reserve currency of the world, because since World War II, the Saudis accepted that no one would be able to buy their oil unless it was paid for in US dollars, which gave us, obviously, the reserve currency of the planet. Well, that 50 years is up, and now they're talking to other countries about accepting their money, which they're backing with gold. And if you haven't heard, since the 1970s, our money hasn't been backed with anything other than promises from the government, which, if you've been watching the news or have any inclination as to what the government's been doing to our country, yeah, their promises are worth about a drop in a bucket. And I'm talking about a brown drop. But I'm worried about our currency and remaining the, reserve of the planet. I don't think we're long before we're going to get knocked out of that, spot. And what's that going to do to inflation in this country then? Tell me what you think in the comments below. This is one of the tubes I'm looking at getting right here. And they made these for, I believe, 3 different years, 77, 78, 79. The 100 pesos. I love the eagle on the cactus with the snake design on this coin. They do kind of, and I call it like a Native American style design, where they just, they don't make it intricate. They just kind of do an outline and then put a few other lines in there to replicate the eagle, the snake, and the bed of cactus, in which everyone knows this is Mexico's coat of arms. I've only got 2 of them right now, but I'm looking at filling a tube. So this is one of the tubes I'm after in the future. I keep my eyes open on Facebook. I've got 8 or 10 different sites on there where people are buying and selling silver and gold. eBay, I'm not a big fan of eBay. Just because of some of the fees and whatnot that you have to pay. I'd rather find them through people on YouTube and or Facebook, maybe Whatnot. But eBay, I'm getting leery of them. I mean, everybody, they use it as like the standard. Oh, let's see what people are asking for them on eBay. Okay, well, they're asking this amount. How come you're charging that amount? This, that, and the next thing. A lot of the times it's what they're asking, you know what I mean? Not necessarily what they're getting. And people get that confused. But I'm after a tube of these right here in this specific year, 1977. So if you know anyone, or if you have some yourself, get a hold of me through the comments. Let me know. I'm looking to try to make a tube of, we'll say 20 to 25, Another tube I'm looking at making are these beauties right here. The 1948. And I love that Aztec warrior chief on there. These are 90% silver, 5 pesos. And look at the eagle on the bed of cactus on this one. A little more detail, not quite as abstract as the other depiction, but I love them all. There's not one coat of arms that Mexico has used that I haven't liked. I mean, I've been a fan of them all. And this coin right here just has some amazing toning to it. Look at that. Not so much on the obverse as there is on the reverse. Some type of goldish color toning. It's got greens and blues in there. It's always hard for the cameras to pick that stuff up, but this is another tube I'm looking at creating. And as of right now, I have a total of 4 of them. I've got a couple that are encapsulated here. And I do this, it seems like at the beginning of me getting ready to start a tube of something, I'll have a couple that I got from somewhere pretty sweet, 1948. They're older coins, so I encapsulated them to keep them from getting all fingerprinted up and whatnot. But in all actuality, I mean, these are like AU. I wouldn't call them BU. And before long, once I start getting, more of them, they're coming out of these capsules and they're just going to all go into a tube. But these two I've had for a while, and I was like, you know what? I'd like to get a full tube of those. Those are just sweet coins. I like them. And as I said, they're 90% silver and another beautiful design. So that is the second tube of coins I'm looking to start. And here's something else that's in the works right now. I've got the entire other set of Queen's Beasts, and they've come up with a new set of 2-ounce coins. And I'm not sure if they're going to continue this set with the King's face or not, because I've only seen this coin, and I think they have the Lion of England done also. In all actuality, I mean, this is a 2023 coin. In all actuality, I don't think they're done. It's kind of scratched up, the plastic, because I got it from an LCS over here and near Flint, Michigan. But the coin itself is pristine. It's just the plastic that's scraped up a bit. But I don't think, so far from what I've seen on the two coins, that they're doing quite as good a job as they did on the original Queen's Beasts. I think this set is called, it's called something else. It's not the Queen's Beasts again. It's escaping my mind right now as to what the heck it's called as far as the set is concerned, but I'll figure it out and I'll put it down in the comments as to what this set is called, so in case anybody else is interested in it, you'll know what to look for. But this is the Yale of Beaufort, and a Yale is a goat here, which is depicted on this coin. And like I said, these are 2-ounce coins, just like they were with the Queen's Beast series, but not as quite the amount of detail. I'm still going to get this whole set because maybe they'll do better on the next ones. Who knows? Maybe this is just, not their best work, but who knows what the next ones are going to look like. Hopefully they do all the rest that they did, the peregrine and the dragon. They had a unicorn and a bull on the original Queen's Beast. There were, I think, 11 or 12 different coins, including the Ender, what everybody calls it the Ender, but it's a coin that depicted all the Queen's Beasts along the outer edge, each one of them separate on one coin. I thought that was pretty cool. Maybe they'll do something similar with this set here. I'm not sure, but can't wait to find out. And for anybody that missed it, I've been picking up a few of these beauties right here, and from what I've been told, because I've taken them to some other LCSs, is I got them at a really good price, because the two that I took into a coin store by Kalamazoo, I bought these in Waterford, Michigan. I took them into Kalamazoo, which is about a 3-hour drive away from there. He quoted me a price of $50 more than I paid for each one of them. So I know not only did I get a good deal on them, but the value is there. They're holding their value for sure. I got a good deal, and even if I decide to sell them, which I don't think I'm going to, I'll get my money back plus some. And what he had no idea of, and I kind of, let the cat out of the bag, was I said those Indians, those $2.50 Indian gold coins are really going through the roof too. And he's like, oh yeah? Kind of like he had no idea. So I just kind of shut up right at that point in time about it, and just enjoyed the good prices he was still giving me on them. I mean, I got a raw one of these. I think it was a 1912 maybe, in beautiful condition. I mean, it's going in for grading. Yeah, just like this one. This one's a 1912. So maybe the other one was a 1917. But whatever it is, it's raw. Maybe it's 1926. And it's nicer than the ones that I have slabbed. So getting it for $300 and having the option of sending it in to be slabbed and it coming back possibly being worth $700 or $800, that's exciting to me. That's all part of the game, I guess, as far as, and Central Michigan Stacker, I get it, I am stacking a lot of silver, and I'm starting to put a little more gold back in the box because, like I said, I had pretty much sold every piece that I had, but I was happy about it because there was profit that was made, And if you're in this game seeking profit, then you can't get attached to this stuff. You've got to be ready to sell it when the time comes. If you're not willing to sell it, when the price is high, you're never going to make a profit on it. It'll probably end up going to someone in your family, but at the time of your demise, because it's just going to sit in the stack. And there's nothing wrong with that either. I mean, that's my primary goal is a bank account, for my family's future. I enjoy collecting the stuff, and at some point in time in the future, they'll enjoy the money that it brings them. It's a savings account to me. I don't really buy into the theory of, a hedge against inflation. I don't see it. And everybody that keeps saying that, on the YouTube channels, some of them I've just quit watching because it's like redundant. It's not a hedge against inflation. The shit's not doing anything. And inflation is sky high. So where is, gold and silver is going to go through the roof. It's going to go through the roof. No, it's not going through the roof. What it's doing, it's holding its value. That's what it's doing. And as far as I'm concerned, I mean, that's good enough for me. Because the trend of gold and silver throughout the years is that it's gone up. It's never been on a slow road or a quick road down. It's progressively gone and going up. And that's what I'm into it for. Because if you put money in the bank right now, you're not getting anything out of it for interest. You'd be lucky to get your money back, really. I found this going through my coins the other day. I was rolling up some quarters, and I didn't even know that they had made anything like this from Canada. It's a 1999 Canadian quarter, and it's heavily used. It's got a lot of scratches and everything on it, but it's got an old airplane on there, an old double wing. And I've never seen this coin before. Out of all the quarters I've rolled up in my lifetime, never seen a Canadian 1999 quarter with an airplane on it. I've always seen the Caribou, like this one here. And obviously they went back to it because this is a 2022. But this is a 1999. And I don't know how many of you have ever seen it either, but there it is. Thought it was pretty sweet when I came across it. If you like the videos, like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. hit that bell for future videos. And I appreciate all the comments you guys give me down below. It helps me and it keeps me going with the videos. Central Michigan Stacker, and I'm out.